Okay, so to those of you who work with addicts, I think, maybe um, my post would give you a new perspective or help deal with things because, my ultimate goal is to open up a house of healing. Um, and it's not going to be for everybody because it's about getting reconnected to authentic self, reconnection to nature, healthy food, healthy lifestyle. Um, anyway, but, doing my research, 80% of the country is addicted. So, huh, welcome to my world, right? Um, having been an addict, um, and I really, when I say addict, I mean, we could bring it down to simpler terms. I mean, most of us, the reason we get into any type of that behavior, criminal, um, drugs, alcohol, codependency, is due to a hijacked nervous system. And that could be from birth. I mean, if your mother's was going through stress, I mean, that baby will have that stress too. I mean, that's why you know, it goes deep. It's no one's fault. It's just how our coding works. Um, it's generational and, societal, and we could carry on blame forever. So anyway, going back to, dealing with us addicts, and to in order for me to work, I really have to evaluate myself because this is one on one. And um so always, if someone's words, affect me at a deep level where I'm miffed or peed off or whatever, I have to evaluate because that's part of me that still needs healed. And today it's more about working it out of my body, um, through emotions, allowing myself to have them appropriately, um, and through traditional Chinese medicine. Also herbs, teas, a healthy routine. Um, and I have to embody this in order to give it away, when I open my business, my practice. So I really encourage anyone that wants to work with, children. I mean, 80% of the country has some sort of, addiction, or hijacked nervous system or codependency, so if you're one of those that can't deal with people, the best thing to do is do a healing journey. Because when you're sure about self and you have the answers, and that's the best gift I think I can give my kids today is because I have some answers. I can't, oh, well, this is just the way I am, the typical addict excuse. No, I'm going to investigate that and we'll find out. And here's what you can do about it so you don't have to feel crappy anymore, you know? But you know, being connected, to spirit, to you feel it in every cell of your body. When I'm unhijacked, um, when I'm walking the dog outside, when I'm taking care of my plants. I know I could do this with my phone. Oh, hi Aspen, plants and pooch. My plants, and I'm staying healthy. That's my best gift to society, everyone. Um, Not when I'm telling people all about themselves because that never leads. You can't. You're never going to get through to the addict with the negativity. They're already negative. I was negative for decades, and I would, have that fake positivity, but I was miserable. I was miserable. And once I recognized and identified misery because I had a little experience of happiness, that's what what it's going to take. So yes, get your asses in the ice shower. And if you can't do that, if your body is real, don't do anything your body hates, because you're just going to hate it more. Start with something you like and go from there. A lot of people don't like herbal tea, so take a capsule for right now. But your body will, as you heal, your whole body heals. Holistic healing, whole body healing, and give yourself a real chance by not just saying, this is who I am. Because when you're connected, you can relate and connect with people on all levels, because we share similar emotions and we can at least connect there. And when you can connect with someone, you can get through to them. If you're constantly badgering them, they probably used to that their whole life. You're not going to get through. But if you can connect on a deep level, wow, you've got them, But, the clearer I get, I have thanks and gratitude for everyone along the step of the way, because they're both a blessing and the lesson. It becomes both, because you are in total acceptance of what happened, and on a deep knowing level, I know I chose this path before incarnating. But that's, and we can get into deeper things, but, I love Jesus, but I had to read other texts besides the Bible, not only when I was in school, but, higher education, but, um, to, so we can contrast and compare. Having been on the inside of addiction, I can reach people on a much deeper level now that I can, first of all, acknowledge it. And at the end of my addiction, hell yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to be a junkie for the rest of my life. This is who I am. I proselytized it to everyone. This is who I am. And I was maybe, and I wasn't happy. I was numb for maybe 9 minutes a day, 20 tops, and then miserable at trying to, reach that again. That's what it is. Addiction is misery. Once you've felt what it's like not to live in that addiction cycle, it's not all negative. I'm going through a very rough time right now. And the person I thought, tell God your plans, and this is what happens. The person I thought, I would stay with for a couple of months, because I'm a couple months away from, possibly getting this place to open up a house of healing. So, and I thought this is how it's going to go, but some things happen, and I stick to my boundaries. I really stick to my boundaries, and I will never go back to codependency. Ever. Ever, ever. I am too connected and sure and in the seat of self to ever, and I know the signs, and I will not go back to that. What I consider a healthy, healed, where we can appreciate each other for our differences, and compliment each other and not just put each other down. I've been there, done that. I prefer to operate at a higher or deeper level. I'm not above anyone. I can relate with everyone. It's just, I choose not to live in that environment anymore. But when you can relate, you will get through. If there's someone special on your caseload, always come from a place where we're going to forget about what happened, because listen, when you're going through early recovery, which can be years, healing is not linear. It's what you put into it, so I had to get that time thing. It's not necessarily about, however much time I have put into it. It's about what I put into my recovery daily is what really counts and what's going to be beneficial. Am I getting up on time? Am I being accountable for my actions? And financially, it has been the biggest struggle right now. But I've been doing, I've been keeping somewhat of a job and bringing my best self forward. And no matter what it is, I'm not like lowest on the totem pole, but it's a lower job that I'm doing right now to try to make ends meet and enjoy the process. I bring myself to wherever I'm at. I don't have to change. Oh, I have to get good for work. I have to be happy and pretend positivity. I'm not running on that today. If I'm emotional that day, people know by my vibe. But I'm never where standoffish where you would have to stay away. I'm actually very open. I'm feeling it today, but what do you need? What can I help with? Or where do you need me at? What can I do? That's what I try to bring. And that's always my goal. This is not about perfection, but it is about progress. And am I having daily progress? And that's what it is for me, because I could get stagnant in that, oh, I have so many years, back in the, if I'm not relating to people on a daily basis with feelings and emotions, then what are we doing? We're totally stuck in the physical. There's no connection to spiritual. And when you do have that connection, you'll reach people on a much deeper level. And that's why I'll always recommend, in order to have a connection to Jesus, I had to open myself up, my chakras, my energy centers. And when you do that, you feel life, and you experience life at a much deeper level. And this is with loving compassion. Whatever you venture forth with in the world, bring your best healed self forward to be in the calm and peace. Even though there's always going to be sufferings. Always. There's always, people are perishing and having medical issues at an astronomical rate. If you watch the news, God bless you. I was there for many years after 9/11. I had like a break. It was heart-wrenching, and I took everything on personally. When you're from a healed state, I can be a benefit to others and not just be in the part of the tormented, and that's exactly what I did. I just threw myself into part of the tormented instead of being of service to others and what they're going through. So yeah, working on all these parts of ourselves will bring us to the best part of how we bring ourselves throughout the day. And knowing, having that connection, you're resonating, it's coming. All the happiness is there for you. It's already there. It's like we're unpeeling the onion, and so we can just enjoy it. And that's hard too. When you've been okay with subpar, you're going to accept much less than you deserve. But through healing, it's not even, it's the change within. It's the inner work. And that inner work connects to the internet, not internet. And therefore we're broadcasting to a much more healed, vibrating at a higher frequency and all that. We attract a lot in our life, and there are blessings every day. So going 15 minutes, this is crazy, but I have to just keep gabbing along. But sending agape love to you all, and I hope this video finds you well and on your way to continued wellness. Take care, guys.